Welcome to We Learn, Virtual Learning Network. Today we'll study about organizing childcare services. This is session number 1 of the experience of childhood. The topics to be covered are being a child, the socio-cultural context of childhood, gender, social class, religion, family structure and interrelationships, and ecological contexts. Being a child. What do you mean by being a child? Views that adults have about children's capacities may not always be right. It's often assumed that a child does not know what is happening around her and cannot make sense of events, but that's not true. It's also felt that children begin to think and understand when they begin to speak. On the other hand, some think that children are immature, irrational, inaccurate in their understanding of events and therefore cannot and any task given to them. This is something adults view of a child. They view that a child cannot take decisions, a child is not capable to view what is right and what is wrong, and they don't have much sense of the events happening around him or her, but that's not true. A child in himself or herself is very sharp, and they begin to think and understand, and they make sense of things the moment they begin to speak. It's often difficult to make a child sit still for even 5 minutes. They like to examine things and objects around them. A new object is thumped, squeezed, banged, licked, and often dismantled in an attempt to examine it. Children from diverse backgrounds, regions and countries are similar in many ways. Many experiences of childhood are universal and an inevitable part of growing up. However, childhood has a different meaning for every child. For every child, childhood has a different meaning. But childhood is all about playing, growing up, learning, living, and enjoying life to the maximum. And it's also a period when children learn to examine things, they learn to question things, and they learn to see what is happening around them and why is it happening. The socio-cultural context of childhood. Normally all children learn to speak a language before the course of growing up. The number of people in the family, the customs, traditions, values and beliefs of the family and community, economic status, residence in a village, a city or a tribal settlement, whether in the hills, plains, deserts or sea coast, these are some of the factors that influence childhood experiences. The place where the child lives, that also matters and that also influences one's childhood. Thus, the society one lives in determines one's experience of childhood. This is what is meant by the socio-cultural context of childhood. Normally, people or all children learn to speak a language during the course of growing up, and the place where the child lives, the economic status, the background, the society, the people with whom the child interacts, the friends, family members, influences a great deal on childhood experiences and on the mind of the child. So, during this time, the child's mind is very sensitive and very vulnerable to things around. So, one has to be cautious and careful to one's speaking and the way the child is being treated around. So, the society and the place as well as the people around matters to a child in a big way. The gender. A major factor which determines a child's experience is whether the child is a boy or a girl. Different values and behaviors are inculcated in boys and girls. In most matters, the code of conduct for girls is more strict. Boys are encouraged to be assertive, independent and ambitious. Girls are expected to be efficient in household tasks, obedient and respectful. The social class. The social class to which a person belongs is determined by her education, occupation and family's income. People belonging to the upper social class have high incomes and live in big houses. The social class to which a child belongs will determine the opportunities and facilities available to her. So the social class to which a child belongs and The kind of education he or she gets, occupation, and family income determines a big way his or her childhood and the living environment as well. Whether she gets enough to eat and wear, whether she receives formal education, and whether he or she is equipped for a vocation will depend upon the family's socio-economic status. That means it depends what the child eats and wear upon the family's income, about the family's economic status. Families of the lower social class. The social class to which a person belongs is determined by her education, occupation, and family's income as well. People belonging to the upper social class have high incomes and live in big houses. Lower social class is associated with a marginal income, often close to poverty, low levels of education, and smaller dwellings. Means people who have income lesser or lower is associated with lesser income or low levels of education and living in smaller settings and smaller houses. Families of the lower social class. A family belonging to the lower social class does not have enough money to buy all the necessities of life. Children may not get adequate food and clothes. Since resources are scarce, girls get a lesser share. Houses are usually one or two room shelters shared by the entire family. Families of the lower social class, they share only just one or two room where the entire family lives. The resources are very less as well as the means are less, wherein the needs of the people are more and the money, the resources to buy or to fulfill them are very less. And children sometimes do not often get adequate food and clothes. So, due to this, girls get a lesser share. Families of the middle and high social class. Families belonging to the middle and high social class are well off and children do not lack the basic necessities of life. Both boys and girls get adequate amounts of food and clothing and do not generally suffer lack of health care. So the families belonging from upper and middle class families, they don't suffer from health care since they get all the facilities and all the necessities are fulfilled. Most of the families can purchase play material for children from the very schooling such as dolls, guns, puzzle sets, drawing books, colors and books. Children do not need to take part in economic activities early in life. It means they get their needs are fulfilled, whatever they want from their childhood, and they do not need to take part in earning or in economic activities to support their families. Child labor. Some children work under unhealthy, difficult, and exploitative conditions where the wages they receive are not adequate and where the jobs they do are also dangerous. The drudgery of their work does not allow any time for play or schooling. The jobs which children do are usually unskilled and do not prepare them for a vocation for a later life. Their work experiences thus become a hindrance to their development. Child labor. Children working under the age of 14 and working in unhealthy conditions, working in dangerous conditions which are not conducive to their health, which are not conducive to their well-being. Often it poses a hindrance to their overall development. Religion. Religion lays down the rules, values and codes of conduct for day-to-day living. It provides guidelines for relating to people. All religions view children as tender, precious and valuable and childhood as a time for learning. The variation in children's experiences due to religion may be because of the specific rituals of the mode of worship. Most religions have certain rituals to mark the different stages in the life of an individual. Often, the kind of rituals which are practiced, the mode of worship which is adopted by the families, and the religions to which a child belongs also have an impact on the growing up of an individual. Family structure and interrelationships. The way in which the family members interact with a child, the number of people in the household, and the relationship of the child to these people influences his or her experiences in a big way. How many members are there? How do they interact with each other? How is the child's interaction and the child's relationship with these family members also influences the child's experiences in a big way. In a family where there are members other than the child's parents, the child has many people to look after him or her. In some families where both the parents are working, the child is left in a crèche or in the house with a hired help or an older child. So, a family which has elders, which has grandparents, or which has people more than child's parents, in that case the child has many people to look after her, and the child interacts with many people apart from just his or her parents. And where both the people are working, both the parents are working, and they don't have enough people to look after him or her, they are left in a crèche or in a house with a domestic help. Ecological contexts. Ecology refers to the physical environment that a person lives in. It includes the geographical location, the vegetation, the type of animals, and the natural resources. Ecology could also be defined in terms of the type of facilities available, such as roads, hospitals, schools, and electricity. Ecology determines the type of food eaten, clothing, occupation, and the division of tasks and responsibilities between men and women. Means how much the tasks are divided and responsibilities given to men and women. The kind of roads, facilities, hospitals, schools, electricity, water supply, how much these facilities a child is able to get, how is the ecology, how is the ecological context around the child, that influences the child's experiences in a big way. Living in a city that is urban area, a city has a large population. It is a place of contrasts. There are the rich who can afford everything and the poor who have to work hard for a living. There are hospitals, hotels, schools, cinemas, electronic gadgets, different modes of transport, and many other facilities in the cities or in the rural or in the urban areas. Those who have the means can buy the best of everything, but there are goods to suit every section of the population. So in urban area, all the facilities are there. For example, hotels, schools, cinemas, electronic gadgets, infrastructure, malls, everything which is available. And in a village or in a rural area, there are fewer facilities such as transport, hospitals, cinemas, schools, or pakka roads. The pace of life is slower in a village. The boundaries between the family and the caste group are not rigid. Consequently, the child may spend a considerable part of her day in other houses, and she grows up with many playmates. So a child has many people, many children to interact with in a village. The children by and large follow the occupation of the parents, which may be farming or a craft such as pottery or carpet weaving. So these are the activities, or these are the economic activities which people do to support their families. They would spend a considerable portion of the day assisting the parents in their work. So they also help their parents in doing the work. Whatever work they do it with interest, and they help their parents. Living in a tribal settlement. There are many tribes in India, each with its distinct customs, laws, kinds of occupation, and the roles and responsibilities of men and women. There is a great variety of tribal experience. Some tribes in the vicinity of cities and towns have contact with them and have been integrated into the mainstream of life. Some tribes live in near isolation from the rest of the world with minimal or no contact with people outside the tribe. These tribes are almost totally self-sufficient, depending on the outside world for only a few things. In such a setting, the child grows up believing that the way of life of the tribe is the only way. So these are some of the questions. You have to do it yourself. You have to explain the term of child labor. What does the term child labor means? List 3 ways in which the experiences of a child living in a city are different from one who is living in a village. Means you have to distinguish a rural as well as an urban life. That's all we have for you in this session. Thank you. Happy learning. We learning.